the COMiX newsroom. It's time to get you wired in and get your daily dose of the COMiX news, hosted by Mr. Anderson, who is the unboxable, uncanny, advocating creator who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish monsters and more. Join him and his co-hosts as they give you the news coming off the COMiX News Wire. Brought to you in association with... Subscribe to IndieVolt.com to recharge your fandom and to get an education. Be sure to check out all of the IndieVolt programming on the Nines with hosts like Randy Zimmerman, The Kid, Varian Grant, The Indie Princess, with more hosts and shows to come. We have some more people to introduce you to, including IndieVolt. I just quickly broke in. I wanted everyone to know that we are giving you the StreamYard link. So if you want to be part of today's show, the elevator is open. But let's also talk about all the other people who bring this amazing show to you, including Comic Book Advocates. ComicBookAdvocates.com is the global digital Comic-Con, but it's more than that. And you can be more too. Be more than just a fan. Become an advocate for comics like ComicBookAdvocates.com is for their creators, for their crowdfunding, for the very books they're creating, because we love comics.
At Geek Insider, we foster relationships with those in the geek sphere so we can give our audience the insider view of entertainment, tech, and more.
Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello. It is Friday. It's the last day before summer ends. Well, unofficially, you know how it is. Labor Day is when we put away the white shoes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know if that's true or not, to be honest with you. But it is the time of year where we say goodbye to summer because kids go back to school and it starts getting colder up north. So it's been an interesting summer. Let's put it that way. It's definitely been an interesting summer. We've covered a lot of stuff. We've revamped a lot of things. We saw the birth of the advocating trinity. It's been an exciting time. It's sad to see it go. It's Casual Friday, so I figured to say goodbye to the week and to say goodbye to summer, I would wear my Batman tank top, showing off my fandom. And as always, and if you guys want one of these, let me know. We've got pins that say free hugs and spanks. What I do is I take a magnet. This is for all you guys. It's just a good idea. Take a magnet, and now you can sell these. So get the magnets from Amazon when you're back on the road. Sell the pins with that. So when you have a cosplayer who doesn't want to ruin their outfit, or even just a person who doesn't want to put holes in their T-shirts, because trust me, it winds up ruining T-shirts. Do that, and there you go. So I'm all Batmaned out today. I'm open the doors. You guys want to be part of this, you're more than welcome. The doors are open. I know it's Friday. I know everyone's planning for their weekends, so we're going to get you as much news as we can. But we're going to start off right now by giving you Luke Stone. He's going to be our Kickstarter of the day. So Luke Stone's Hybrids. Take it away, Luke.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, The Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
How exciting is that? And we're going to get you the links to that in just a minute. We're going to head over and start for our day. Let's talk about some indie news. Let me Indy. All right, guys. This is the part of our news that is brought to you by Comic Book Advocates Network on Facebook. Make sure you join the group so we can have your amazing creations spotlighted on our site and in our groups. We talk about both every day. So why don't we head over to, I guess, should we start in the group or should we start in our news? I think we'll start in the news. We'll go to the group because, to be honest with you, there wasn't a lot of news I had coverage-wise for us today. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to hit up our group. Now, you can find our group by going to Facebook and typing in Comic Book Advocates Network. Now, I guess I can tell you about that. You guys want to hear something new and exciting? Right? Like, I mean, who doesn't want to hear something new and exciting? So let me call up something for you guys. All right, so here's the deal. There's something new. And I'm hoping it can kind of change some stuff. So I'm going to share that with you right now. And it's just brand new. Too many windows open. All right, so we're going to do a screen share. Too many screens open. There we go. That should be the right one. There we go. All right, so we're going to talk about this right now. And we're going to put it up on the main screen. So, it might swing back and forth for a minute. The controls are a little laggy at the moment. So just bear with me. All right, so about this group. Let's just go by that. It doesn't actually tell me what I want it to. Okay, so Comic Book Advocates Showcase. Oops. And now it started responding. There we go. Comic Book Advocates Showcase Spotlight, where we aren't just selling creators' work, but we help creators level up and be seen. So the idea is always to try to help you guys go to that next level. And we've done a lot. You know, I've been part of the Advocator. I've been Comic Book Advocates. And of course, I'm part of Terraform now. But I always wanted to do something else. So recently, the Advocator has been put on the shelf. So I wanted to do something different and do it my way. So part of doing it my way is going to be able to get basically a think tank going, where all of us creators will get together and help each other with our different projects, be able to be a sounding board, create things together, put out comic books that are fun and interesting. So here it goes from Mr. Anderson. Starting now, a new form of advocating is coming as a comic book that isn't just selling other creators' stories, because this will be a comic book, all the work we do, but helping in a creative and help in creative and make the creative aspect, it should say. It's still brand new. I haven't gotten through all that. It's helping in the creative aspect and making new stories at higher quality as a group. We will select creative teams and creators come together and have them work together to create stories from their franchises, maybe even crossover events, and put out quality content. Obviously, I'm not going to be the editor. I could be the story editor, but not the editor. So this is all about building a brand of creators to battle their way up the ranks of the industry together, and possibly build lifelong relationships and connections. This isn't just about advocating for creators. This is about helping them level up and share their knowledge, skill, and experience with each other. This is advocating evolved. And I truly believe that, and I'm opening this up to everyone who's serious about being part of something. I want you guys to feel like you can come to something and learn from it and have all the different aspects of it, be teachable and all that. And let's see. We have great channel, good stuff. Thank you, Charles. If Charles, you ever want to come in, talk about what you're creating, anyone else, we have the links in our StreamYard right now. For our StreamYard right now, I'm always happy to entertain anyone and give them the opportunity to pitch what they've got going. That's why we do the elevator segment. Good morning, Meredith. I want to hear some exciting new stuff. Well, now you have the Creator Spotlight. I'm going back and forth. It's either going to be Comic Book Advocates Creator Spotlight, or it's going to be a showcase. I can't decide which. When I get the group together, we'll pick a name and we'll go with that. I prefer comics that are boring and tedious. Oh man, Fly Fox, do I have a couple books for you? Well, just message me. I'll tell you exactly what you're looking for. I got a ton of them that I can give you. I got a great one that I'm going to be doing a review of very shortly, so you guys are going to be able to see some awesome stuff too. It's not monotonous at all. It's pretty intense, actually. And we're going to get to our newsroom in just a second. We're just going to do a quick check-in with our boy Keanu Reeves. He's at $541,573, $541,573. Keanu, talk to us.
Comics are awesome. Berserker's got everything that you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got action, has a little romance, and it's about something. And I was like, well, I used to collect and I love comic books. And they were like, so did you ever want to make a comic book? And I was like, yeah, this idea of a kind of Viking, someone in a altered state, someone in a higher, heightened state, just out of control. Someone out of control and being compelled or driven to this thing and time like this, kind of hiding in violence, this kind of character trapped who in a way has to, with this curse that it's compelled to violence, he understands the cost of it. He finds life precious even after all this time. And I feel with Berserker, we have some masters doing the drawings, masters doing the color, master working with me in the writing. And the story that we have to tell, I think, is a lot of fun. So check it out. If you do, I hope you enjoy it. Berserker, Boom Studios.
Come on, that's awesome. Speaking of awesome, we want to give some shout out and some love to some of our indie creators. So we're going to take a quick bump. John Celestri says good morning, and it's just the right time for him to show up, actually, because he's one of the people that we're just about to celebrate right now. We have his amazing book. That's right. He's got a Indiegogo going on. We're going to show that. Take a picture of your screen, kids. This is how to get to his book. We want you to be entertained. So check out his video right now.
I've got two specific series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Snuffy and Zoe's, their toy box adventures, that goes from ages 4 to about 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mega Moose, with his magic feather, making him sneeze, and he turns a nerd turns into this a Minotaur type character with powers of all the animal kingdom. That's ages maybe about 8 to 12.
And that's
Right, and I'm back in charge. So definitely check that out. Take your screenshot right now, because in 3 and 2 and 1, it's gone. All right, so you can not only back that, but all the other amazing projects currently available to you on crowdfunding, which, by the way, we take care of for you by getting all the ones that we can. We're always adding something. We're always taking something out. This is part of the indie news. Please make sure you're checking out before they're gone. Last Rites and Last Looks for Alexium. That is just 4 days. And because we're not going to be here, I don't think, let me check. I think we're off on Monday as a programming note. We will not have a show on Monday. This will be a Tuesday at 3 a.m. So, yeah, we won't be on again. So we're going to give them a look right now and let them play. All right, and just added yesterday. Now I just put the link in. It's called Creators of Written Sins, now crowdfunding Prime. That's your way to get all the books you just saw. But we just added something. Please, the Business of Independent Comic Book Publishing is a book you need. We'll be running this on Monday. This entire amazing interview that we did. This is going to be where I interviewed the amazing and brilliant Gamal Hennessy, and he did an amazing job. We had some deep conversations. We're going to be playing that on Monday instead of running the news, as I take the weekend off for the holiday. So definitely check that out. A lot of great projects. I think that's the only one up there that it won't be back for our Wednesday show. Yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday at 11:52. We'll actually get to watch this end on Tuesday, so we're pretty excited about that. He's done great. I got to check my bank account, make sure I got the money in there, because it is worth it, let me tell you. All right, so what did we add? We added something brilliant yesterday. I looked at this and I was blown away. Had the creator on the show. I wanted to share it with you guys. There's John the Animator. You can see that. A lot of great stuff on our program. And here it is. This is Only Death Can Save Us. And this is an amazing project. And here, just check it out. See what I mean.
Only Death Can Save Us is a Bronze Age-inspired cosmic fantasy run, bringing together action and pathos as the ancient elemental known as Death leaps from his ethereal retirement to help a young soul protect her loved ones, a world, and even existence itself.
Indiegogo from the desk consumers.
How awesome is that? And the Indiegogo itself is like a throwback to when I used to read comics back in the 90s. I was saying to the creator, Russ, that I could smell the newsprint. I could smell it. Just, it was that awesome. I could smell the fact that there was newsprint in the air because it reminded me of when I was a kid reading comics and I loved it. I was into it. I was like, sign me up. So I'm sharing that with you guys. All these can be found in there. And remember, our Kickstarter of the day goes to our good friend Luke Stone. He's part of Terraform Comics, and I got something for you guys. I because it's Terraform, I've kind of twisted and begged and yelled and demanded that we go to Kickstarter. So I have gotten the permission. We will be premiering next week a quick starter for Sons of Gods Trash Day graphic novel, The Hybrid Story. So stay tuned. We'll see that this Monday. And let's see, we got some comments piling up. I'm sorry. Let's see. Russ is here. So he's the creator behind what we just saw. So it's pretty badass. All right, so we're going to switch over here. Let's go to our group, right? I talked about it. So let's go to Comic Book Advocates. We did the spotlight. Oops. Meredith was saying something about a guest we want to have on, I believe. Let me see. Where am I? I'm trying to get you guys to where I want you. This is what happens when you have too many titles open at one time. All right, so this is our Facebook thing. So there's our network. All right, so let's see what's going on in the network today. Obviously, we're inside the network. So here's a question for all you guys watching. Then we're going to do some comments right now. I'm going to leave this up on the stage. Greg Harm says, good morning. Good morning, Greg. Should we do a weekly vote for crowdfunding? And Russ says, I retweeted this earlier. Great fun. Love it. And he's talking about, of course, John's Celestries Indiegogo. Fly Fox Pro said, haha. And John says, thank you. Anytime, man. Anytime. You know that. It's what we do here. We support each other. We rise up together. You guys are more than always welcome to come in anytime you want to. We got this. This is just, I mean, we want to celebrate crowdfunding, man. We want to keep these creators creating, right? That's the whole point of this. And Russ says, we'll have to check out Alexium out. Looks cracking. Yeah. It reminds me of, and I can't get it right now because Hulu's not releasing the season yet for whatever reason, Orville by the Family Guy creator, Seth. So many Seths I know. I think it's Seth MacFarlane. I'm almost 100% sure that's his right name. Lovely art. Kino Subway says, hail everyone. And yeah, I've seen Only Death Save Us. I like the art in the store style, right? I like the story too. And Meredith chimes in, right? Kino Subway. I want that comic book, Only Death Save Us. I love the name of it, man. It's awesome. Luke is a nice guy. Had him on me and Sim's morning show. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Luke's a great guy, man. Really dig him. Even if he threatens me, I still like him. Kino Subway says, oh, you all got a face group up? I'm gonna have to join it. Yeah, man. Put in your stuff. Let us know what's going on, man. Let's get advocating. So I do want to know, do you guys want us to do a weekly thing? We'll do it over the weekend. Every weekend we'll get together and we'll vote for what should be the Kickstarter, or the crowdfunder, I should say, of the week. My boy Mike Seeley says he likes it. We should pick 3 of them, and Mike and me are working on a project, so I'm pretty excited about that. Congratulations to Pops Van Sant and his Madness Mojo to get this one funded. Congrats to him and his team behind the book, and of course he plays a cameo role within the book. So we're excited to see what comes next from that team. Also, big ups to Patrick. I'm not even going to try to say your last name, Patrick, so I'm going to screw it up. Scared the judges and made them believe in horror on Kickstarter, and so did many more. Congrats to him on his team. Everyone who saw that video was impressed by it. Marv shares the fact that it's been 8 years since we lost an amazing actor in Michael Clark Duncan. I was such a huge fan of him. I was heartbroken when he passed. We still do not have permission to. We still do not have permission to share this officially, but this is the Convictor Hunter's Moon. We have asked. Here's some visual storytelling from our friend Jeff Ryder, who gives us a piece of art, and this is Cloud Wrangler Comics, a detective with his family's unique intellect and training, a soldier enlisted to save the country from a threat a generation in the making. A gay man in a time and a world are dangerous to him. Learn more about Sherryfield Homes in MAJ Homes, and that's the amazing Kickstarter they got going on right now. And the title of it, we'll pop it up real quick, is Major Homes and Captain Watson. They're doing great right now, so we're always happy to promote and get amazing creators on our show. So that's why we always tell you guys, if you want to pop in, you're free to pop in. We're also scheduling for all the shows. And by the way, if you ever want to know what shows that we have on our networks, just go over here. I know the scrolling thing. I hate the scrolling thing too. Now, not only can you join the Sinners Club, which is a Facebook group now, which is taking forever to change its name. It's just about me. My fans have called themselves the Sinners. So here you go. You can join the group, be part of the. I don't even know how many people are in here right now, to be honest with you. But apparently we've reached 190 people. Post engagements are up. The page likes are down. So do me a favor. Someone like the page and bring our page likes up. All right. So more importantly, see, this is what happens when you have ADHD. You get distracted easily, especially if you have a headache. And today I'm dealing with a bit of a migraine, so you have to apologize with my flighty brainness. So we have the Sinners Club. We also have the YouTube channel where we can educational panels over on the Comic Book Advocates channel. But make sure you subscribe to the Indie Advocates channel. I mean, not the Indie Advocates, the Indie Volt YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that. And thank you to all the radio listeners. And if you want to know more about me, there's an Anderson file that you can find out a lot more about the Indie Devil. We're going to get to forecast eventually when comic books come back. Of course, here's a link to our comics book group. If you need to have us cover your press release, well, send it to us. But here's a little info on what makes a good press release. Be a pair. What do we mean by be a pair? Well, guess what? We have a video that will explain it all to you. Be a pair. Be professional. Be ethical. Be authentic. Be respectful. Remember, in this industry for comics, be a pair. Art provided by Chris Mad. Look up Chris Mad Art on Facebook today. And Russ says that Luke is cool. Followed him on Twitter a while ago, and he has lovely covers. We completely agree with you on that, Russ. And now you know how to be a pair. Get educated. We have a list of educational materials. Why do I spell indie differently, and why do I do what I do? Well, because indie should stand for something. And now it's not just something taken from music, but it actually means something. So the rise of indie, independent, next-gen, diverse, endless entertainment, that is what indie stands for. And if you ever need someone to hire someone, we have a help wanted section that goes out of our group. You can put up a post, see if you can get hired or find the work you're looking for. You can find out everyone who's in our advocating network by clicking here, and then you can click over here and you can see all the shows that we do. And remember to be more than just a fan, become an advocate for comics. Subscribe to Geek Insider and Indie Vault today and join the 43,353 people and become a comic book advocate today by subscribing to comicbookadvocates.com. And here's our advocating programming as promised. Here we go. So on Mondays, we have the news at 11. You guys know that because you're pretty cool. You tune in. And on Monday at 8 p.m., you have interview and hangouts at Geek Speak with Meredith and Matthew Harris. On Tuesdays, we have the news at 11, and Indie Volt goes live at 9 p.m. with Indie Volt Live, hosted by Randy Zimmerman and Varian Grant and the Indie Princess herself. And on Wednesdays, we're back at 11. We're doing the news, but more importantly, we're doing the news as backer pause. That's right, backer pause. Find out just when a person's interests are lost in a crowdfunding campaign video. part of the COMiX News. That's hosted by me, and Indie Volt presents Geekgasm at 9 p.m. That's going to be hosted by the one, the only, the Indie Princess. And Meredith is actually becoming the co-host. On Thursday, Indie Volt is back for the early morning breakdown of the weekend that has been with a breakfast buzz. That's at 9 a.m., hosted by Randy Zimmerman and Varian Grant. And it's right after that, as soon as that ends, as a matter of fact, we take over on the news. Sometimes it's 11 a.m., sometimes it's 11:10, depending on how far over they ran. Fridays at 11 a.m., you're going to have the news again, which is obviously what we're on right now. We're working on Friday evening programming at Indie Volt at 9 p.m., including tonight. We're going to be launching a pilot. I'm not sure if it'll be on the Indie Volt network or not, but we are launching Freaky Friday. So tune in tonight at 9 p.m. Saturday, we're going to have the Devil's Advocate. And this week's topic, we mentioned this a little earlier, but we'll do it again for those who weren't listening. Here it is. This week's topic is, and I'm going to put on the funny voice for this. Oops, that's the wrong one. I think I'm in. Oh no, we don't have it in his room. How disturbing. Hate when that happens. You're all excited to share something and it doesn't go the way you want it to. Isn't that just the worst? Here we go. You poor fool! It's not a community. It's a cutthroat industry. Find out at 9 p.m. Eastern on Indie Volt live radio programming and on Facebook Live exactly what people think of this. Is it a community? Is it an industry? We're going to rip it apart and find out this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, Indie Volt presents Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. in the morning, hosted by the one, the only Randy Zimmerman. And make sure that you guys are giving us any information that you need. If you have something you want to share with us, not only can you use our newsroom with the actual news, the mailroom built into it, but you can send us an email at comicsnewswire@yahoo.com. That's comics, C-O-M-I-X. Because you're going to put the I in comics, create your own comics. comicsnewswire@yahoo.com. And all right, so we have covered a lot already. I'm trying to get it out. It's the last time this summer I can say half of this, so I've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to head over now, and we're going to do what is considered to be the mainstream news. That's right, and mainstream news, just in case you're wondering, is brought to us by indievolt.com. Have you subscribed to recharge your fandom? Make sure you go to indievolt.com and subscribe today and be part of the mainstream news. And we've had some heartbreaking stuff this week, but we're going to end with some exciting news. Believe it or not, it has been announced. I know you're excited. I know you wanted to do it. And if you needed something that was exciting to really get you more excited about the time of Halloween, I think that we can get it for you. I think we have something for you. So let's take a look at our news today. That is right. The Mandalorian is back. It's going to have new episodes starting October 30th. Thank you, Halloween, for always being awesome and bringing us awesome things. And for those who don't know, October 30th is actually, that night becomes Devil's Night. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the Batman, some bad news. I hate to report this, but it has to be said. The Batman's production has been shut down due to COVID. And yeah. Can't end the summer without some bad news to give you guys. I'm sorry. It's just been one of those years. We of course wish everyone on the set, not just the main character, the main actor who's going to be playing Batman, but everyone on the set that is now possibly exposed to it. Robert Pattinson, the director, co-stars, even the grips, and all the people making that movie happen. We wish them well. We hope everyone is safe. We hope everyone gets the care they need, and they are. Meredith, I have no idea what you mean. We have everything. We hope everything goes well to them. Obviously, this has been a difficult time, and that's it. Let's see. And I'm pretty excited. We're going to take a quick bump right now. And we have for your next viewing enjoyment a promo for this weekend's Sunday Funnies.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
All right. And we have just over 20 minutes left. And I want to thank everyone who showed up today. We've gotten through the news. I get to pick my top stories this week and talk about the things that are making waves in comic books. For the second week in a row. This has been a great show. I just want to thank all the thousands of listeners who have showed up and, just have made this an awesome show. You guys are sending me tips that you want us to cover, things that you want to talk about. You're excited about comics. I'm excited about comics too. So I hope that you guys are trying to support each other. So I want to read you guys, not read, but share something with you guys that I think is very important. And I think this needs to be stressed right now more than ever. And Tupac once said, "Just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gained me as an enemy. I am bigger than that, and I still want to see you eat, just not at my table." I think this is really important to stress that we're not always going to agree, and I'll put myself on the camera here. It's been another tumultuous week in the indie comics, and it's been a lot of stupid arguments, a lot of things said that are embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for indie comics, to be honest with you. This week, I am let down by fellow creators. A lot of people made a lot of mistakes, but that's okay. We all make mistakes. There's never going to be a world where everyone's perfect and we're not always going to get along. We can't argue about dumb things. Let's stop trying to build barriers. Let's stop trying to make everything about our little groups or our power and who's this and who's that. Please, can we just go back to making great comics? Can we do that? Because I'll warn you all now. I will sick angry variant on you. Do not make me sick angry variant on you. And I'm going to read another quote. This is from the Black Panther, and I was made aware of this when the untimely passing of the actor and still making waves, Chadwick and his strength. I think this is a very powerful message. In times of crisis, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers. We must find a way to look after one another as if we are one single tribe. And Leo agrees. So we have to, we can forget about doing better. Let's go back to doing basic. We've lost the ability to be in a place where we can just treat each other well. I'm here every day at 11 to help promote people, to bring you guys a compelling story, to show you how much I love comics, because I do. I love comics with all of my heart. You don't understand. This week when I saw Russ's comics, there was this moment where I was taken back to being a kid and remember the world being this really shitty place. It was going through some heavy stuff. People telling me I was a retard, their words, not mine. And I got to escape in the pages of comic books. And I was always socially awkward. I'm still socially awkward. As I grew up, it became clearer and clearer I more than likely have Asperger's that didn't get diagnosed, which makes sense because a lot of my stuff didn't get diagnosed until I was just a year before being a teenager. They dropped the ball with a lot of things. All they knew was I was hyper. So there were things I was trying to get over. But comic books gave me a relation. It kind of taught me how to be socially aware, the thought bubble. is one of those things that, you know, you notice the character says something when they are thinking something. When they say something, it's different. So many people have forgotten that lesson from comic books. When you're thinking something, it doesn't mean that your fingers have to type what you're thinking. Take a moment, think your thought, and then go, well, how can I phrase that where I'm not going to do damage to someone? I'm not going to do damage to myself, and I'm still going to be able to help people. Because we're on this planet, we have to come together. This year hasn't taught you that coming together is important, and I can't help you. I've seen the ugly side of people, but I believe in all of you. I believe in every single one of you, that you can go out there and help someone and make someone's life a better place. That's why I do these shows, to help each other, to bring each other together, to find a way to support each other, and to make the world more interesting through comics. Can you help me do that? Can you go out there this weekend and share something, show some support, back up a crowdfunding project, show someone some love with their art, you know, listen to a writer, help someone fix their problems. Together we rise. It's just that simple. I don't care what metaphor you use. I don't care who's telling you. I don't care who does what show, who releases one comics. I want comics to be successful. Don't want anyone to be abused during the process of it, but beyond that, I just want success for comics. And if I'm lucky enough, I can enjoy some of that success. I can talk about some successful stuff, and I can celebrate how well comics are doing if we all come together. Let's get back to it and talk about some more comics awesomeness. So I'm going to read comments in just a second. Let's see. Let's check in with our boy Keanu. I just love. I mean, again, I'm sorry I have to play it.
Comics are awesome.
They are. They absolutely are. Definitely check out that Kickstarter. Some people were a little mad because someone famous came to Kickstarter. 5,231 people. I guarantee you 4,000 of those people were never on Kickstarter until this week. This is a good thing for the industry. And switched from Facebook. Hello, and that's his YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out Comic Black Belt, you're missing out. That's an amazing channel. And please, guys, remember when you're sharing your stuff, drop some links. Let people get excited. It is a great quote, Meredith, and thank you, Comic Book Black Belt. That's Russ, by the way. Thank you so much. I just speak from my heart a lot of times. I find when I speak from my heart, I get in less trouble. Never speak from the other head. It just gets you in trouble. And definitely don't speak from your asshole, because everyone's going to just think you stink. So, you know, be a better person. And I don't know if, like, the a-hole is really a curse, but just in case, I'll donate $1 to a project that we have featured today if I haven't already, because I don't curse on this show, and anytime I do, I have dedicated myself to going out there and dedicating something to them. So a few more pieces of love for some people out there. I want to make sure that we have it. And if anyone wants to come in, you have 7 minutes before we close the door. We don't, for the last 10 minutes of the show, unless you're in the room already, you don't get to come in. So if anyone wants to come in, now is the time. I do want to give some love to some other people, including some awareness for our good friend, Mark Durden of Guano Guy.
Hi, I'm Mark Darden, and thanks for finding your way to the Guano Guy Kickstarter. Boom! Pow! Epic explosions! Yeah, this is the second Guano Guy Kickstarter. The first one had these 5 comics. Ooh. But now, we're back with a new 40-page comic with 2 beautiful covers. We're up to 170 pages now. Do you like rewards? You bet you like rewards. Who doesn't like rewards? Well, we've got them, right? We've got stickers. Bam! Prance, pow! Posters, come get them! Who's the Guano Guy for? It's for everybody who liked The Tick, Darkwing Duck, the old Batman TV show. It's a lot of fun. We've got gags, insults, we make fun of criminals, and if you want to know more about it, check out the little post videos where I'm doing readings from the comics. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll help support. I'm Mark Darden.
All right, guys, get your cameras, just take screenshots, get a screenshot of the video, If you're watching this on YouTube, pause the video, take a screenshot of that, and be taken right to the Guano Guy. If you go to Terraform Comics right now, our newsletter just put out a free issue #1. You guys can check out the first issue of Guano Guy right now. And that's coming to Kickstarter just on September 15th. That's going to be part of Terraform, including Hybrids, which is part of Terraform. So we're already getting books out there. We're out there to entertain you. And one of the other books that we have to entertain you is Cat Dad and Supermom. And I was yelled at last night that I don't promote this book enough. And I love this book, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to promote it right now. That's how much energy and love I have for it. And I'm gonna call in. Let's see. We'll go to. I think we'll go to. Yeah, let's go to the Indiegogo. I haven't actually shared with you guys enough that I am on Indiegogo with this, so we'll go over to Indiegogo, and we'll do. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have the Cat Dad up there. So if you go to Indiegogo, not only will you find our campaign right here for Hybrids, the Sons of God, but just go into the search bar, do Cat Dad, right? And I'll show you the image again in 1 second. But in the meantime, here it is. So we're on Kickstarter. We originally raised $1,668 with 120 amazing backers. 4 amazing backers have joined us now. Here is my Kickstarter video. An all-ages tale that teaches morals with farts and shows the power of imagination that will entertain everyone in your family, including the parents reading the book. Thank you for hitting play and allowing us to introduce you to Cat Dad and Supermom, the award-winning Farts with Morals storytelling awesome adventure that people seem to love. And we could keep going that way. We could use words that could try to get you to be excited and convinced to buy it, but I'd rather just be honest with you. I'd rather be humble with you and tell you why I created the story. You see that little boy over my shoulder, right over there, and the other side, Supermom, and the big elephant that farts, all of that is based on my boy. He's a special needs 5-year-old who I love with all my heart. And he has made me a better man and has taught me what unconditional love is. So if this story is about him, the standard had to be higher. That's why I got one of the best artists in the world in Raheel Mohsin. I got Chuck Pino, who's done such great work as an editor and as a writer himself, to be part of this. Both of them became co-creators because of how much passion went into this. It was about passion for creating a top-notch story that was meant to entertain your entire family, and I think we did that. The rest, they're all keywords. They're all ways to convince you to do it. Truthfully, this is a story that matters to me, and it had to be one of the best stories that I wanted to share with you. It advocates for people who get bullied, and it advocates for the right things to do when you see someone get bullied. It advocates for being a better human being, but it also represents my son. And because of that standard, because of the fact that my son is in this book, it had to be one of the best things I could create probably in my entire career. Anytime my son is attached to something, it is that high of a standard for me. So if you're looking for a reason to back this Kickstarter, it's because, well, because I love my son, and I wouldn't put anything out with his name on it that wasn't amazing. Thank you for watching, sharing, and backing Cat Dad and Supermom, and Ella Fart never forgets. All right, and take a screenshot. Here it is. Get the Ella Fart story right now on Indiegogo or directly from my website, writtensinscomics.com, where there's a special. That's right. We've arranged it so you get shipping and the book at table pricing. It's insane. It's actually what we would sell to you at a table. We're taking a loss. One of the reasons I'm doing it is actually just because I want to get all the books for 2021 on my table to say Terraform on it, because I am proud to be part of Terraform Comics. So help me get rid of these older issues with the award-winning cover. And I'll tell you right now, the award-winning cover, it's going to be a limit variant cover. Only 111 of them will have ever been printed because, of course, now I'm going to Terraform Comics. And you can see more about what I create as I'm creating a volume. It will be back soon. See how much more there is. Fetish, monsters, and more. I'm going to be delaying this until 2021. I want to add some stuff into it stay tuned with that. If you want to see Barbara's story, Barbara will have a special story in December. I've decided we'll be releasing a free story about her in December. So stay tuned to that, and we'll keep you guys in the loop about what's going on with Barbara. So every year that you'll have some interesting kinky tales. Join us tonight at Friday, or join us every first Friday of the month. What will be Freaky Friday. We're going to have on some cool guests. I haven't totally confirmed with everyone yet, but we are going to have it. So stay tuned with that. And remember that success is the best revenge. Always keep that in mind. Sign up and take a screenshot to be part of the Terraform Comics amazingness that we have planned for you. So many things that we're already talking about doing that I can't even share with you yet because, contracts and we development. You don't always talk about something until it's ready. I made that mistake in my career a couple times by announcing projects that never came to be because I didn't have enough of the work done. So that's what I'm trying to do. We're going to hit some comments on our way out. I'll come back on the screen. It's been a long summer. Oh, man. It's been a long summer. I've had so many different haircuts, so many different hair lengths. We've had dinosaurs watching us from behind. We haven't been able to give out free hugs and spanks. It's been a slow summer. I've gotten some hugs, but no spanks. I'm very sad about that. So let's see. What do we got? Some ending comments we have. Pixel Trader said 630 of those have never backed on Kickstarter before. I think it's a little higher. Pixel, how did you figure that out? I'd like to know. Over 1,000 of those backers are from outside the U.S. How amazing is that? And our good friend Meredith Logren says, Mark joined us last night on Demon Phil's show from the air traffic control tower. How cool is that? Right? That's what I'm saying, Meredith. Meredith knows. Meredith's awesome. If Meredith wants to jump in real quick at the end of the show and talk about what she's got coming up in the end of October, she's more than welcome. Because honestly, I've ran through it all. I expected one of you guys to come in and hang out. I'm not disappointed. I get it. It's Friday. Everyone's got plans for the weekend. We've had an amazing week. We had some great people run up on the show and definitely entertain us. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to send Meredith a link as I try to find a drill to get the demons out of my head from this damn migraine. No, I'm kidding. We're going to get Meredith in right now, though. So, or we're going to try to get Meredith in. I sent her the link. We'll see. Because she's got some big stuff coming up. And I think she wants to talk about it. Oh, there she is, actually. Community tab. Oh, you know what? Pixel Trader, I totally forgot about the community tab. I'm going to have to look at that. Thanks, man. Thanks for reminding me. And we're going to introduce Meredith. Meredith, I know you have something big coming that you're starting pre-prepping on. And it has to do with the fall season. So I figured I'd give you a few minutes to end the program to talk about it, because I know one of the things you want with this bigger aspect is you want more time to really make it happen. So go ahead. Tell us about what's coming this fall.
Hey, you guys. So if you take a look at indievent.com, this is going to have what we previously did. What are you doing?
I was stretching my arm, and as I went back, literally I came on screen, and I was like, no.
And you're like, thumbs down. I'm like, thanks, Rob. You suck too. No.
I was literally stretching my back. It was not a thumb here. Here, look. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I was literally stretching like this and going like this.
It's all right. We love you. We love you.
It's been a long summer. Leave me alone.
All right. So IndieVent, we just finished one up. It was, I personally will take that as a success, because when everybody's having fun and networking and finding new creators and new books to support and everything, I consider that a success. Whether or not they sold books, I don't know. That I haven't gotten the feedback about that, but everybody had fun as far as I know. Having said that, November is when we are going to do another IndieVent. Now, I haven't coordinated with Indie Volt or Comic Book Advocates yet. This is through Geek Insider, kind of launching it. But it is going to have a theme, and that theme is basically horror, suspense, thrillers, crime, noir, and goth. I mean, anything that's dark and spooky and creepy, and anything that you might associate with Halloween. And the reason why we did it in November was because I was looking at the calendar and I said, I do not want to compete with Halloween and everything that's going on with that. So I looked at the calendar and I said, Friday the 13th. Holy crap, that's perfect. So we're ending on Friday the 13th because we want to free up the weekend for whatever's happening in the world at that point in time. But we're doing something different. We're taking it Monday through Friday. And because of the theme, we're leaning more towards later shows. So if you have a show and you want to do something that is in this theme, if you have comic books, if you have movies, if you kind of do goth kind of music, you know, something dark and spooky or Halloween type, we want to talk to you because Geek Insider, basically we do entertainment. So it's not limited to comic books, but we love comic books. So, I mean, I am falling in love with all kinds of horror comics right now. And so we embrace all of that. Indie, definitely. If we can snag a couple mainstream, great. But that's really just to kind of get it out into the world and let more people see what we're doing. You know, Rob, you mentioned Berserker with Keanu Reeves. I mean, that's technically an indie book, even though he's a mainstream actor. And that's it. You get more eyeballs on this. Great. We're talking to people from Full Moon Features. We're talking to the developers over at Shudder. We've got Phantasmagoria who said, we're on board, let us know. So, I mean, just a lot of things that are happening. I am organizing it now because this extra time allows us to do a really nice presentation. We saw what DC FANDOM did, and I was just like, we could do that. We could absolutely do that if we had the time. The past ones, you know, we kind of threw together really quickly. We had the idea, but I mean, there were a lot of things that we could improve on. That's what we want to do. We want to have a mix of live stream. We want people to bring their own shows. We want to promote them, but we want good content.
Yep. I completely agree with you. And let's be honest, this year, not only is Boom basically indie again, but Marvel and DC are working their way to being indie publishers as well with the way the year has been. So everyone's welcome in the pool. Pixel Trader said, and I agree with him, I wish Indiegogo shared some of those demographics as well. And Teresa Dunn says, hello, Meredith. So yeah, we're working hard towards making great programming for you guys. I think that we really came together for this trinity of awesomeness that is now Geek Insider, Indie Volt, and Comic Book Advocates, always working together to try to always bring you guys the most exciting news in comic books and geekdom and just recharge your fandom. That's it. Summer's over for us. I'll be back in the fall on Tuesday. September, I think 8th. I don't know. I've got a migraine. Look it up on the calendar for someone for me and put it in the messages. Thank you all for a great summer. Seriously, you guys made what would have been a really effed up time and a poopy time really great. And I appreciate you all for being part of it and making it awesome. You did, despite what it was, despite everything that happened. You guys made this summer an awesome experience, and I'll never forget this summer. For not just being part of this annoying time of year, but how much we've all interacted and grown together. Thank you all. We're out of here. We'll let the Indie Volt. Actually, I don't have the Indie Volt outro here, so you know what we'll do? We'll just play the. We'll give some love. Why don't we give some love to our boy Luke Stone? Luke, take us out.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.